So let me just talk about the cards. Okay, so I feel like for some of you, you might have started a new job, and it doesn't have to be, like last week. I feel like within the past 6 months, you started a new job. We have here the Ace of Pentacles. I'm sorry, this is the Ace of Wands, not the Ace of Pentacles. This is the Ace of Wands. I was looking at the ram, and I was thinking like a Taurian type of a ram. But this is the Ace of Acorns, and the way the cards are depicted and the words on it, I'm still using it. This is like my second time using it for this month, so I apologize. This is the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Wands is new project. So the message is, I feel like for some of you, you might have started something new, like either a job or a new project. There's something new, and it, like I said, it doesn't have to be, like last week. I feel like within the past 6 months. And what I'm feeling is, you guys pride yourself on being able to master things, being able to be really good at things, being able to, understand something in and out, being able to be an expert or a master at your craft. Okay. I feel like there's a lot of worries and anxieties from your end. Eight of Swords. And this is indeed the Eight of Swords. A lot of anxiety about, how am I doing? How am I performing? Am I like getting good reviews? Am I doing the job well? How are my superiors looking at my performance? Things like that. And so I feel like you're doing everything you possibly can to make sure not only that you get the work done, but that you're mastering the work. Okay, so I feel like you're in a situation where the work is very challenging. The work is like very, very time sensitive. There's a lot of information, a lot of details you have to remember. There's also a lot of like disruptions. Once again, it's like, you think your day is going to go like this, and then boom, surprise, there's something else in the works. There's like a wrench in the works. I'm also feeling as well, you like to, start something in the morning and then wrap it up by nighttime or by close of business. And I feel like there's something about this work where it drags on from one day to the next. There is no finality. There's no conclusion. It just exists and it drags on. And I feel that you have to keep track of everything. You have to remember what you did 2 months ago, 3 months ago. And I feel like somebody is almost like asking the impossible of you. Like, hey, remember that file you did like 3 months ago? What happened to it? And you're like, what file? There are thousands of files, hundreds of files that I've worked on the past 3 months. Which one are you referring to? It's like they're expecting you to have photographic memory of everything that you've done. And I feel like your inability to recall, to have that photographic memory, to do the impossible. I feel like you understand that they're expecting the impossible of you, and yet you worry and you still beat yourself up over, oh, why couldn't I recall what Jenny was talking about when she asked me about that files from 3 weeks ago or 3 months ago? I feel like you still have a lot of anxiety and you still beat yourself up over it, and you still question whether or not this is the right path, and you still question whether or not this is, the right field, the right job, the right environment for you to be in. I feel like one of the things that is kind of like the saving grace about this new endeavor is the people around you are very supportive, okay? Not so much the superiors, I suppose, but the people around you. The people that are coworkers, the people that you interact with on a day-to-day basis. We have here this is the Three of Wands. And we also have as well the Three of Pentacles, okay? Building something of greater value. Like all together, we are united to get things done. People around you are very cooperative. People around you are willing to share. So there's a wealth of knowledge buzzing around you. And I also feel like there's a lot of people willing to help. There's a lot of assistance coming through. There's a lot of like picking someone's brains, you know, someone who's like an expert, someone who's really smart, very capable. They are around you, and you are in a position where you can put their knowledge to good use. You don't have to reinvent the wheels. You can build on previous existing knowledge. It'll save you so much time. And that's what I mean by working smarter rather than working harder. But, you know, as a fixed sign, I understand. You are a fixed sign, and we pride ourselves on being able to be self-sufficient, okay, doing it ourselves. And we learn best when we do something ourselves, when we see something through to completion, from the beginning, the middle to the end. Once we do something, we commit it to photographic memory, and we know how to do it in the future. But I feel like there's something in your work environment where things just drag on. And it feels like you've never followed something through all the way to completion, because the nature of the work is that it's endless. It drags on. And so you started at the beginning, you saw the middle, but you didn't know the end. You didn't know what happened. You didn't know, like, you know, what was I supposed to do? And all these subsequent projects, cases, whatever is coming through for you that you had to work at was the same way. And because you never saw it through to completion, you're not sure, you're nervous, you're doubting your capabilities. And it has nothing to do with your capabilities, Taurus. It has everything to do with the nature of the work. Okay? A lot of you have rushed into this very open-mindedly. I feel almost like this might have been a very big career boost. This might have been like a job that, you know, entailed it like on paper, the job or the project looks really good. On paper, it looks really good. It's prestigious. It's gonna put your skills to good use. It's the place where everybody wants to be. It's a hot topic. It's a hot topic of debate. It's a hot field. It's very dynamic. It's like all the buzz. Everyone is talking about it, okay? The latest craze is all the buzz. And then as soon as you got here, I just feel like everything was what you thought it would be, except that you're also doubting your capabilities. I see a little bit of anxiety. I see a little bit of like, I didn't know anything about this. I need to brush up on it. So I do see you spending a lot of time at your job after hours, or even at home, researching, doing work, doing extra work, unaccounted for, unpaid. And so I feel like, you know, you're in a position where you really want to master this. You really want to prove to yourself that you can do this. You really want to prove to others too, because I feel like your superiors, opinion, their assessment of you, their assessment of your performance really matters. So like, this is no joke. You're taking this very, very seriously. And I do see that you're nervous about, how am I going to, you know, manage all of this? There's so much to learn and so little time. That's what I'm feeling. There's so much to learn and so little time. And I feel like you might have jumped into this opportunity kind of like this. Wild and free. This is a wild boar, okay? This is like no holds bar. A lot of excitement. This is the Knight of Wands. And so he rushes in, and this is someone who has like a very strong sense of ethics, okay? Doing what's right, doing what's good, helping humanity in some way. So there might be a humanitarian slant to this project, this job that you're doing. And I feel like it's a stepping stone of a career, okay? Like you've waited a long time for this career or this job with the Three of Wands here. And when it came in, you excitedly rushed into this. And I'm sensing that you might not have the full picture of everything that it entails. And it's harder. It's harder than you think. So don't work harder. Work smarter. Stay ahead of it. I'm hearing like current events, needing to know a lot of current events, needing to know what's happening in the world, needing to get out of our nest, out of our cocoon, out of our beehive, So there's something here about domesticity, okay? The bird's nest, the beehive, and also the, what do you call it? The rat's nest, the rat's lair. There's something here about getting out into the world, getting your feet wet, learning about the environment, learning about the culture, learning about the atmosphere. Not just, reading things through like an ivory tower approach, but really getting your hands dirty. Really, like, I'm seeing somebody knead dough. Okay, kneading dough is quite messy when you first start out. It's like getting in there and really, experience that tactile environment. So it's not just reading about it from a news source or learning about something from an ivory tower where you're very detached and removed from it. It's like getting the nitty gritty details, getting yourself in, immersing, assimilating with this experience so that you can really understand. So I feel like there's a lot here about you wanting to kind of like be detached from it, have some physical distance from it. But the best way for you to learn is to plunge in, get dirty, and see what you can do. Okay? I feel that you're being very hard on yourself. And it's really annoying when people are just like, oh, you're too hard on yourself, or you're working too hard, right? When you're just trying to do the work. And so I feel like everyone is aware that you're working really hard, and everyone is telling you, oh, take it easy. And I'm just sensing that you're sick of hearing it. And I'm just sensing that, you know what works for you as well. And I feel like there's a steep learning curve and you're trying to master something. And I would never, tell someone to take it easy when there's a steep learning curve and they're trying to master it. It just means you're responsible. It just means that, you're aware of your deficiencies and your shortcomings, and you're trying to compensate by learning, by doing more, by staying on top of things. So the message about staying on top of things is very resonant. So I feel like the theme of the month of February is going to be needing to stay on top of things, needing to absorb information, a lot of information, so that you can stay ahead of the curve. And so I feel that, good for you, Taurus. You're doing everything you can within your powers, within your capabilities to stay on top of a work situation that I feel is quite intellectually challenging. You have people around you that are willing to help. So, don't be afraid. Like, you don't have to do this on your own. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to I don't want to say copy, but I feel like don't be afraid to replicate something that someone else has done in order to perfect your technique. Okay? And I'm also feeling somebody's covering up their own tracks. Somebody's covering up their own tracks. So you might be dealing with people who might not be upfront and honest with their intentions or with their I'm hearing story. They're whatever narrative that they're giving you. I feel like it's a biased narrative. I feel like it's potentially self-serving, and I also feel like it's very subjective. Okay, so you kind of have to sift through whatever they're saying to you, and you have to be a little bit critical of what you're looking at. So, whatever it is, it looks like a pile of hay, but it's not. Underneath it is that bear trap, right? So whatever they're giving you, the information they're giving you, you need to be a little bit skeptical, okay? So on another note, there might be a new relationship, okay? Now that I'm seeing that it's the Ace of Wands and not the Ace of Pentacles, I'm feeling like there might be a relationship here. And we have here the Three of Wands and Three of Cups. I just feel like, I'm sorry, Three of Pentacles. I'm getting sleepy. I apologize. We have the Three of Wands, Two of Cups, Three of Pentacles. And so what I'm sensing is there might be like a third party involvement. Okay, so I want you to be a little bit careful about this situation. I'm sensing that there is somebody here that has a very strong emotional connection with another person. Very strong emotional connection. And I'm sensing that somebody was like taking this connection for granted. Okay. So the Two of Cups is about, a couple where not only do you love this person, but like you really like this person. You like this person as a human being. You like this person as a friend. It's built on a very, very solid and stable foundation. And then I also feel like, one person was either taking the relationship for granted. We have here the Knight of Wands. This is somebody who comes in and out of your life. This is somebody who's quite attractive, culturally different from you. Okay, so I'm seeing like some type of a mixed couple, or like an interracial couple, or people dating who might be speaking different languages, or dealing with people who are very like just culturally, ethnically, linguistically very different from you. And so it requires a little bit of work to calibrate, to kind of like set expectations and to be on the same page. So I feel like there's a lot of frustration here regarding this person. And then I also feel like somebody is not valuing a connection. They might have played around, joked around, downplayed its importance in their life. And when they're going through a period of famine in love and relationship, they revert back to this relationship. Okay, that's what I'm sensing. I feel like there's 3 people involved in a relationship. I feel like for some of you, you're inadvertently kind of like caught in the middle of a threesome type of a situation. That's what I'm sensing. You might be the new person, like it's like the new kid on the block, the new person in the work environment, a new person in the office, a new person in the city, a new person in this environment, whatever the situation is. And I feel like someone is trying to court you, or someone is trying to get your attention, but they already might be in a relationship. They might already, have a significant other back home. And I feel like you need to be a little bit careful because they're not giving you the whole story. So at first glance and on paper, this person might seem, like they're single, they're everything that you want them to be, or you've hoped for in a relationship partner. I feel like they are mirroring you. Like they might know, they might, ask around and know about your preferences when it comes to food, when it comes to going out, when it comes to movies. And so they might really try to grab your attention by saying, oh, I like that movie too, or I like that food too, or I like to go to, such and such places too. And I feel like that was, their cheap way of segueing into a friendship with you or a connection with you. But I do feel like there's pretenses, so you want to be a little bit careful. Okay. I'm also seeing as well, there is a relationship with another person, like a connection. I don't feel like it's a full blown relationship yet. There's a connection with another person. And this person is very friendly, and they're very nice. This is what I'm seeing. So this is once again Ace of Wands, and I'm looking at this goat here, and I'm trying to get a clear image here.